Hello everybody, welcome to Raising Vibrations and welcome to another chart of the day. I hope you're well. And so in today's little message, I want to share a lot about that stellium that's happening in Sagittarius at the moment, and also to look at or pay attention to the Mars transit in Scorpio and how that's obviously coming up to Jupiter and what the relationship is to the stellium that's happening in Sagittarius at the top here. So let me just point the arrow over there. As you can see, that's the stellium. You've got Saturn, Mercury, Sun sign, and Venus all sitting there, and Mars now in Scorpio, making its very close connection to Jupiter. So before I jump into all of that information there today, I just want to let everybody know that the foundation class astrology has begun. So if you're interested in learning about astrology, I will be hosting another course at the beginning of next year. So if you want to study astrology and you want to be able to have the opportunity to read the charts like I do in that sense, start preparing for that class that's going to be happening in January, okay? And that's about it, to be honest. All right, so let's firstly look at the nature of Pluto again. Pluto is direct. There's not much happening in Pluto today, apart from the moon that's actually squaring Pluto, and that will be for probably about 6 or 7 hours, most of today, maybe. Okay, and that square between the moon and Pluto is in Capricorn Libra. So what we're dealing with here is the sensitivity towards our expectations that we have placed on other people and how those expectations are also placed on us. And where do we feel space to breathe? How do we feel space to breathe? So whenever you see a square, for any of you that have got this natally in your chart, between any planets that are in Capricorn and in Libra, know that there is some underlying dynamic around expectations, around, like I said, around how you can place it on other people and other people place it on you, and how do you feel with those expectations? Okay, how do you feel in terms of the responsibility associated with those expectations? So pretty much for today, there's going to be that sensitivity around that. And the moon in Libra is really just going to ask us the questions: how do we find balance and stability within our choice making? Okay, that's another aspect of this energy that will play out for us, apart from expectations being sensitive, is how do we find balance in our behavior? How do we find balance in our choices? I'll give you an example for me specifically, and it's not a coincidence that this happened last night for me, but I've needed to find a way to do work that is high quality, that also honors the way that my body naturally transforms. And I need an incredible amount of silence and quiet time. And I've been trying to wake up at like 5, 6 o'clock, or like 4, 5 o'clock in the morning in order to achieve this, because once 7, 8 o'clock comes around, the children need to go to school. It's all of those types of things. And pretty much most of my day is spent needing to deal with the day versus actually integrating a lot of the work time. So I've been trying to do that. And I've also been working late at night as well, and my body's like, no, you need to make a choice here. You need to either have it in the morning or in the evening. Which one? You can't have both, because you need to take care of your body itself. And so that choice that I've made has created a lot of balance in myself, and I've implemented it last night, the action, going to bed early, and woke up this morning feeling really refreshed and got a lot of work done. So that's a really positive thing for me. So that's another way that this energy is playing out. And when you look at the symbols of Sagittarius, especially with Saturn, Mercury, the Sun, and Venus all over there, there's an invitation to rewrite our belief systems. There's an invitation to ask ourselves, how does our psychological and emotional connection to the beliefs we have or the truths we have influence our choice making? And is that healthy for us regarding finding balance, considering that the moon's in Libra today, or is it unhealthy for us, right? And Sagittarius as an archetype correlates to the expression of expansion. So where do we overcompensate for things? Where do we get very overwhelmed and then allow ourselves to not invest in ourselves at all, or any belief system that we blow out of proportion? Okay, so there's these multiple ways that this energy can express itself, but at the core of it, there's an invitation to rewrite these beliefs about ourselves. And for me, it was, it's easier for me to stay up at night and do the work, whereas actually my body feels a lot more transformative, a lot more awake, and a lot more in control of itself when it's in the morning, right? When I'm waking up in the morning and my brain is refreshed. So there's a positivity to that. And that's another beautiful quality of this energy that's available for right now, is because of the moon connecting to Pluto, there's this opportunity to really liberate and get to the core of something and transform it, like to really, really have that emotional energy to say, okay, this is the choice that I'm going to make, or this is the action I'm going to implement, or this is the emotional and psychological relationship I'm going to develop with myself. So there's a wonderful time right now to really dig deep within some core belief systems that you feel are unhealthy for you or imbalanced, and then break them. And of course, with Mars making its connection to Scorpio at this point in time. In fact, I actually have Mars conjunct my natal sun and my Pluto and my Saturn. So I've got a lot of beautiful planets transits happening in my 10th house at this stage, and I'm feeling very positive and upbeat about the structuring within the way that I want to do my work, and there's a lot of positivity coming my way as well in terms of how that restructuring is working. And I'm feeling really grateful because it's the quality that I want to actually put out, that I've always felt that I wanted to do. So with that Mars transiting over my sun sign and in Scorpio, there's an invitation for me to really, and for every one of us, doesn't have to be specifically just for me, but there's an invitation to really get to the bottom of something, to access the core of what it is, and then from that space, bring it to the surface and say, how do I want to interact with this? And using the Mars opposed Uranus energy, have that capacity to really break down and see something from a different paradigm, from a different perspective, and then allow that different perspective to actually cultivate new growth within yourself, okay? All right, my friends, thanks so much for listening to Chart of the Day. I really hope that there was something in this message for you. I don't really have anything else, any things to announce. Mercury retrogrades at this point in time, so I'm just kind of reflecting back on some stuff. I might do a video on Mercury retrograde and maybe Mars's upcoming connection to Jupiter. So I might do that. I'm not 100% sure. Also, I am thinking of, and probably will be doing, like I said in my YouTube community post, Mercury retrograde is really killing me, is that I will be creating a Saturn video for everybody, Saturn in Capricorn, okay? And I'm busy, grounding what I want to put into it, what I feel is really, really informative for everybody. So I'm going to be releasing a video shortly regarding Saturn's transit into Capricorn. I'll be covering all the things that we need to do. And then I'll also be doing Saturn through the houses with various connections, so everybody can get a glimpse of how you can orientate yourself towards the specific transit of Saturn. And so I think this is very healthy, because Saturn is a very influential planet within our psyche, considering the fact that it's the boundaries in our consciousness that reflect our identity. So wherever Saturn is in your chart and where it's transiting, pay close attention, because that's where you're growing the most. So I'm going to be doing that. I don't know exactly when that's going to be released. I'm still working on a project today and probably tomorrow. So maybe by the end of the week. And yeah. All right, everybody. Have a fantastic week, and I'll speak to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.